So this first polish is called In the Cable Carpool Lane. This was from the San Francisco collection, and this is a really beautiful plummy cream color, and it's like perfect for fall, and I haven't worn it in the longest time. It does actually remind me a lot of Skyfall, just kind of like the purple version of it. You can see that it goes down okay in the first coat. It actually looks like really maroon in that first coat. And it glides on really smoothly. It doesn't go like patchy or anything. So that's the first coat of In the Cable Carpool Lane. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of In the Cable Carpool Lane. And this gets the color pretty much fully opaque. I feel like you do want to be careful with this color because if you manipulate it too much on the nail, it does tend to drag a little bit, but if you're careful, it won't be too bad. It does make the color a little bit more purpley, like a little bit less maroon, and it gives the color a little bit more richness. So yeah, that's 2 coats of In the Cable Carpool Lane. I think I'm going to destash this polish. As pretty as it is, I haven't worn it in a while, and I feel like it's just not a super unique color. Like I feel like, especially when I did the darker reds in this series already, I feel like I had some colors that were similar to this, and although this may be a little bit more purple, it's just not a color that I remember. So it's just, even though it was pretty easy to work with as well, it's just it's gotta go. This color is called Pamplona Purple. This was from the España collection, which was the first OPI collection that came out when I first started making videos. I was watching Blair's channel, and she had just gotten the España collection, and I remember thinking those are really pretty colors. So they are some of the first colors that I ever purchased. This one is a berry toned purple cream color. It's got a really nice formula. It's an older polish. I say this about most of the older OPI polishes, but those creams were amazing. It actually covers really well in one coat, and it looks very berry toned on the nail in that first coat. So yeah, that is the first coat of Pamplona Purple. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Pamplona Purple, and this gets the color opaque and also gives it a really beautiful shine, and it also deepens the color a little bit more. So it makes it a little bit more purple, the way that Cable Carpool Lane got a little bit more purple in its second coat as well. This also is not a super bright purple. I would say it just has the tiniest drop of gray in it to make it just a little bit dusty. So yeah, that is 2 coats of Pamplona Purple. So I'm going to keep this for now. This is going to be a compare to other colors color. This is, I have a couple from Zoya that I feel like are very similar to this, so I want to compare formulas to that before I destash this. I also have kind of like a personal pull towards keeping it because it is one of the first polishes that I purchased, but yeah, this is going to be a compare later polish. So this is Meet Me on the Star Ferry. I think this is from the Starlight collection, which was that winter collection with, I always say that in these videos, that winter collection with the star stuff that I don't keep very much from. This is an interesting color. It's got a purple base to it. It's got a little bit of a glass flex shimmer. It's got a little bit of a frost, and the color itself ends up looking like a warm, almost mauve on the nail, but it definitely looks really purple in the bottle. It also reads really neutral, so it's like you could wear one coat of this and have it be just like a really light tint of a color if you need to wear neutrals all the time, but it's an interesting color. It's a little bit sheer on the first coat, but it has quite a bit of reflection in it, so it's not like super sheer looking on the nail. So yeah, that's the first coat of Meet Me on the Star Ferry. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Meet Me on the Star Ferry, and this gets opaque in 2 coats, even though it looked so sheer that first coat, or it kind of looked really sheer on the first coat. But it's because all of the like shimmer and frost that's in it that it makes it look really opaque that second coat. So again, very interesting polish. I kind of forgot about it. It definitely still leans on the mauve side of things versus it being a purple. So I'm not entirely sure why it was in my purple section, but it was. And yeah, it's definitely more of like a mauve than a purple. So yeah, it's a surprising color. So yeah, that's 2 coats of Meet Me on the Star Ferry. Up close, you can definitely see the true color better. It does lean, you know, it has a little bit of a purple tint to it, I guess, in that sort of shifty way. Like it sometimes looks a little bit purple, but mostly looks mauve. It's a very unique color. I haven't worn it since this collection. I swatched this collection, so I am gonna have to destash it. As interesting and as pretty as it is, this is going to be great on, like, this is definitely a unique color and it's going to find a really nice home, and I think will be great for like a working professional because it is a nice color, but it still is neutral at the same time. I just don't wear it, and I forgot about it, as pretty as it is, and I know like that if I don't make myself wear it all the time, I'm going to forget about it, and that's what's going to happen. I'm going to forget to wear it. So yeah, this is going to be destashed as much as I do like it. It's just, yeah, it's not quite a right fit for me to keep in my collection at this point. So this is The World Is Not Enough. This is from the Skyfall collection. This is one of the 2, I guess there were more glass flecks from that collection, but this is one of the 2 like really glass flecks from that collection. This is a more purple tone one. This also has sort of like a mauve-y neutral base, but it has a ton of shimmer packed in there, and the shimmer is also very shifty. This is very sheer in the first coat, so I am going to have to do multiple coats, but really, really gorgeous polish, really easy to work with. So that's the first coat of The World Is Not Enough. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of The World Is Not Enough, and this definitely layers up really, really opaque to the point where it is basically opaque. I should let you know though that mine has gotten a little bit thick because the top of my bottle is cracked, so it doesn't seal completely. So it hasn't dried out yet, but it has dried out a little bit, and honestly, it's made it easier to layer up to the point where it's like fully opaque in 2 coats. It used to be that I had to do 3 coats to do this, but it's definitely fully opaque in 2 coats now. So this is another keep to compare. I'm fairly positive it's either I think it's Fei Fei that is a complete dupe of this, or it's Doll. It's one of those 2. There was a Zoya collection that came out at the same time as Skyfall, and it had 2 glass flecks that were exactly the same as this, and another glass fleck from the Skyfall collection. So this I am going to compare to that just to make sure that they're not the exact same color, and then compare formulas and destash from there. So this is Rempel's Wiggin. This was from the Shrek collection. This is a light purple cream color, and this is really kind of the last purple I think I have. I have maybe 2 more like purple, considered purple colors, and then we're on to pinks, guys, and then I think we're done, at least with OPI. So this is again from the Shrek collection, and this is a light purple cream. It is definitely on the lavender side of purple creams, like light purple creams. It's very similar to Essie's Lilacism, and it is very light in 1 coat. It's a pastel, so they tend to perform like this. They're very kind of chalky looking and sheer on the first coat. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do multiple coats of this. I'm gonna go in now with the second coat of Rumple's Wiggin. And this definitely makes the polish much more purple. I feel like the first coat looked pretty pink, whereas this definitely sort of defines it as a purple pastel. It's actually surprisingly opaque in 2 coats. I don't have very much luck with pastels in terms of opacity like this, so this is kind of a surprise. So yeah, that's 2 coats. So this is another keep to compare. Again, I'm going to compare it to Essie's Lilacism and some other, like some China Glaze pastels that I have, because I don't need that many purple pastels. So yeah, we'll see where this falls when I do a comparison video. So this is Lucky Lucky Lavender. This was from the Hong Kong collection. This is one of my favorite spring colors. This is definitely a mix between pink and purple. It's right in that center sweet spot of pink and purple, and it has a cream finish. It definitely looks very pink, and it's pretty sheer on the first coat. But this is one of my favorite spring colors that OPI, or I guess this was spring summer, but one of my favorite ones that OPI has come out with. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Lucky Lucky Lavender. And this actually surprisingly gets opaque in 2 coats again. Surprisingly, because it's such a nice light color. And colors like this generally don't go opaque for me in 2 coats, but this one does. And I just remember really loving this when it came out and just always having a good day with this polish. Like, not that like lucky things would happen to me, but just like I remember wearing this polish and having like the perfect spring day, for example, and just like stuff like that. Like, I have a lot of positive memories with this nail polish. So yeah, that is 2 coats of Lucky Lucky Lavender. So this one I am going to keep, although I am going to keep it in mind when I'm swatching other pinks like this to make sure that I don't keep those pinks. Again, this one I'm keeping because I have a lot of positive like feelings about it, but also because it is such a flattering color. It's a unique color to me because it is a pink, like a medium toned pink. It's definitely pink, with a little bit of purple in it that I think looks good on me, and I don't have a lot of pinks like that, so this one I am going to keep. There are a couple in other collections that I just have to remember to destash when I get to them, unless for whatever reason they have like phenomenal formulas to override this one, but yeah, this one I am going to keep. So this is in the color Pandemonium Pink, which was also from the Hong Kong collection, which this always made me laugh because this is definitely more purple than Lucky Lucky Lavender, whereas Lucky Lucky Lavender was more pink. So I don't know why they did that, but this is a light dusty lavender tinted color. It is a cream color as well, and let me get the bottle open as I struggle with one hand to do it. This is a fair bit lighter than Lucky Lucky Lavender, but again, more purple and also pretty easy to work with. Sorry, I just like lost my train of thought there. And at 1 coat, you can see it's pretty sheer, but it goes on really smooth. So I'm gonna have to do multiple coats, but you can see that it was pretty easy to work with at that first coat. I'm gonna go in now with the second coat, and this gets the polish opaque as well. Again, surprisingly in 2 coats. Colors like this generally don't go opaque like that in 2 coats. And okay, maybe I take it back. It's not like super purple, but for me it just seems a little bit more purple than Lucky Lucky Lavender was. But it's definitely on the pastel pinky side of things. So that is 2 coats of Pandemonium Pink. So I'm going to level with you guys right now. I'm going to let you know I have a lot of baby pinks across the board from like every brand. So there are going to be a lot of these sort of colors that are going to be kept to compare. And at the end, at least at the end of OPI, I'm going to show you all of the baby pinks that I have and sort of weed them out from there. So this one I am going to compare, to compare. It is really pretty. It is a little bit of a darker pink and again, purple toned as you can see in this angle, but I need to sort of like as a whole compare the baby pinks and weed them out from there versus individually. So this is going to be a keep to compare. This is Parlez-Vous OPI, the famous Parlez-Vous OPI by OPI, and it was from the France collection. It is that, I feel like, very, very coveted, dusty, gray lavender color. You can see that how opaque it is in 1 coat, by the way. Like, it's pretty much fully opaque in 1 coat, which is awesome. And it is so easy to work with. It's so pretty. It's super chic. And it is still a mystery to me why OPI did not keep it in its permanent range. I'm actually only going to do 1 coat because it's fully opaque in 1 coat. It's just the most amazing nail polish. So that is the 1 and only coat of Parlez-Vous OPI. So this polish I'm keeping. It's amazing. It's my favorite chic purple color, and it's just, I wish that OPI would make more formulas like this and that they kept this nail polish, and it's just, it's such a classic, and it's such a like bummer that they didn't keep this color. Like, I don't know why, because like everyone would buy it. So I don't know. Anyway, this I'm going to keep. So this polish is called Venus di Violet. This is a pretty old nail polish. This was one that I saw on a blog or a video somewhere, like an old blog post from Scrangy or something. And I tracked it down because I thought it was super pretty. This is a very, very sheer base with a flash of violet running through it. It's like a pinky violet flash, and it's very, very sheer. So you can see that at one coat, you can see that shimmer running through it really brightly, but like you can see fully my nail underneath it. So that's the first coat of Venus di Violet. It's a great polish for those of you, again, that are professionals that can't work with super bright nail polish on, and you want something a little bit more fun, so you get that flash, but it's still very neutral. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Venus di Violet, and you can see that it adds a lot of color. Like, it adds quite a bit of opacity to the point where it does look like a very nice neutral manicure, but with it has just that special flash running through it. This is another interesting polish that I don't think very many people talk about in terms of OPI, because it's kind of lost in the archives of people's blogs and just in the OPI archives in general, but it has a lot of special qualities to it, and I think that it's a pretty well done polish, and it's very pretty. So that's 2 coats of Venus di Violet. So as pretty as it looks in this angle, I am going to put it in the keep to compare pile. I just said that I have a lot of baby pinks and like neutral sort of bridal, professional salon manicure type colors like this, and I need to look at them all as a whole and see what I want to weed out. This one is very special and is very different from those, but I just, at the end of the day, it does read very much as a neutral polish on the nail, and I just need to kind of see them as a whole and weed them out from there. So this is a keep to compare polish. So this polish is called Porto Violeta, and this is, again, another very old polish. I was watching Faffinette 37, 27, whatever. I don't remember what the numbers were, but like OG, old school YouTube Faffinette. She had a video on like her favorite OPI polishes or favorite purple nail polishes, and she raved about this. So I went, again, and tracked it down on an e-tailer. This has a thin brush, so it's a very, very old OPI. It's got a black label on the bottom, so that means it's not 3 free. But this is a very sheer, slightly purple tinted baby pink sheer tone color. It has a very, very soft pearly shimmer running through it. So yeah, you can see very sheer in one coat. Definitely gonna have to do multiple coats of this, and it has a little bit of a pearl to it. I'm going to go in now with the second coat of Puerto Violeta, and also this gets opaque in 2 coats. I find that with the older OPIs, I feel like they get opaque really a lot faster, even when they're this sheer. The pearliness of this nail polish comes out a little bit more. It gets a little bit more purple, but it definitely doesn't get to be like a violet like you would assume it would be. This is one of those polishes that if you have light to medium light skin tones, it's like one of those very flattering sort of I have nothing on my nails type of colors. Very bridal. It's like, yeah, it's one of those professional type colors. I feel like on tanner skin tones though, it would be pretty flattering because it has that slight purple tone to it. So it'd be a neutral, but it not like a boring neutral, I guess. So yeah, that is 2 coats of Porto Violeta. So this is, again, a keep to compare polish to see how it falls between the other baby pinks and baby neutral colors in just the span of OPIs that I have. I've actually finished all of my purples, so from now on you guys will see pinks. You'll see a lot of baby pinks, and again, it probably won't be very interesting because I'll be saying like it's keep to compare, but I'll definitely do at the end of this video either comparison just from bottle shots, not necessarily swatches, or like photo swatch comparisons to see what I'm gonna keep and what I'm gonna destash. So yeah, that is Porto Violeta. So that is this week's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would totally make my day. Otherwise, I will see you guys soon.